Hey, and welcome. Oh, see, I'm trying to build the enthusiasm, but it's hard.
Woo!
Have some Baileys.
I think probably won't help.
I think that's what needs to happen. There you go. You need to lubricate yourself.
With alcohol, though.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
This is the AT Banter podcast. A balanced and entertaining look at assistive technology, accessibility, and its importance in people's lives. Join Rob Minot, Ryan Fleury, and Steve Barclay as they banter with people around the world about anything and everything regarding assistive technology and the disability community.
Christmas jingle sticks.
Christmas jingle sticks.
Huge jingle sticks.
Jingle, 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 jingle.
Now, on with the show.
Hey, and welcome to a very special episode of AT Banter.
Banter.
I don't know why
I like
that
the
sound
sheep
like a
banter
question.
better.
Banter.
There you go.
Hey, it is. What is it, Ryan?
It is our Christmas show.
Jingle bell, jingle bell. Where's the jingle sticks? Where's the jingle sticks? There we go.
That's it. That's all we got for you, folks.
Yeah, go ahead. See you in the new year.
No, we
So-
got like stories and we got presents and we got stuff.
We got stories. Really?
Stories that we haven't told yet. We've been holding back for 2 years. Or we might just tell the same stories that you heard on the
Last year.
first episode. First year's episode. This is our third. Is this our third?
I thought it was our third.
Well, Ryan
I
says
know. I
it's
think
the
you're right.
second.
I think you're right. I think it's our third Christmas episode. That's
Since May,
crazy.
we started May of 2016, so that would have been showed that year, 17th. So this is our third.
Egads.
That's right, because we had one on Henning.
I guess we did, yeah.
No, not Henning. Sorry,
Winston.
Winston, yeah. Yeah.
And then we had then we had one here, and now we have another one here. Good night, folks. Thank you for listening in.
Thanks for joining.
That was the story.
Toodles, poodles.
No, let's. Let me look at my notes.
Well, let me see. We had the Can Aztec Chaos Christmas party last week.
Oh, and that went
Yeah,
over
we
really
did.
well.
Yeah.
Really well.
There-
Food was fabulous, as
Yeah.
it always is.
Uh-huh. It was.
There was
The
some
alcohol
tequila.
appeared to be fairly fabulous, as
was
it always
flowing.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was an interesting night because I guess there was a little bit of confusion in terms of the start time, and I know that when I got to Steve's, Ryan was already there, and as it turned out, he'd been there for what, an hour?
Yeah, I think we were going to be there for 5:30 because we thought dinner was going to be 6:30, so it would give us our half hour to cook the dish we were bringing. And then you guys showed up at what, 8?
No, it showed up at when
7.
we were supposed to, 6:30.
We showed up at 7, or maybe a little after that,
Yeah,
because we had
well-
a second event before that.
The second person in, the host and Ryan they're already lit.
Oh, absolutely.
They were.
Oh,
half-
Steve was well lit.
Yeah, they were-
Steve was well lit.
yeah, no, it just got there.
Well, Steve has an addition to that story.
He is what?
He was flying out the next day to go to Alberta.
Yes.
right.
And tell us what happened, Steve.
Well, I made the mistake of taking a phone call just before I left and got held up by about 10 minutes. So I missed my flight by 10 minutes.
Oh, you got to be kidding me!
No.
I think it was the hangover.
well,
personally.
that didn't help, but I can function with a hangover. But unfortunately, I shouldn't have answered that call. That wasn't my best decision making. I ended up catching my flight, and I flew to Calgary. And my first show was actually in Edmonton, but my last show was in Calgary, so I had to fly back out of Calgary rather than take a drop fee on the car. So I got to Calgary, booked it for Edmonton, like speeding the entire way, thinking I'm going to get pulled over, I'm going to get pulled over, I'm going to get pulled over. And I finally made it there. I was actually about 15 minutes late for my my appointment up there, but I made it.
Wow.
So, yeah, but it was kind of a little fine.
Yeah, no doubt.
But man, Alberta's gorgeous this time of year. You know, a little skiff of snow on the ground, beautiful blue skies. I was driving around in the back roads, going from small town to small town, and it's just gorgeous. It was a really nice drive back down.
Oh, you mean there are more towns in Alberta, then Edmonton and Calgary.
Oh, have you ever been to Wetaskiwin?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever been to Olds?
I drove through Olds.
Did you? Okay.
Wetaskiwin, I've got a brailer there at the high school.
Oh, do you? Let's see. Where else was I? It was Red Deer. There was one other town in there.
Yeah, I know there are other small towns other than I was trying to get a poke in at Alberta, but you're not letting me.
Oh, sorry. I got you back there, Alberta.
Until we're required to have passports to enter once they separate.
That's right. Yeah, it's funny. Actually, I was listening to talk radio out there and people talking about separation, and it's almost like they think that if they separate from Canada, that the Pacific will suddenly lap at their border.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they're thinking.
They'd be landlocked.
Well, they are landlocked.
Well, that's just it.
Yeah.
They'd be screwed without everybody else.
Yeah.
Like it's just not feasible.
Yeah,
But anyway, we digress.
we do.
Yeah, so the Christmas party was good.
It was good.
It was good.
It was lots of fun. It's lots of fun. I
Yeah,
I enjoyed being on the periphery, watching you guys get all tanked up. It was entertaining.
You do that every year.
Yes, I do.
I think one of these years we're going to get you tanked up and we'll send you home in a cab or something.
There's good reason why I do that every year.
I did
No,
that
has
for. I did that
nothing
for.
to do with it.
I did that for Jackie's Christmas party on the weekend.
It's quite entertaining, isn't it?
It is, yeah. but her coworkers were appalled that I was doing it. It's like, why aren't you drinking? Come on, we were looking forward to drinking with you. It's like, no, I'm still nursing a hangover from 7 days ago.
Now that doesn't surprise me because you were pretty lubricated.
Until you can't get up.
Yeah. I didn't show you the shot glasses that we were drinking out of, but they say 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor.
Excellent.
Well, what do you guys want to do?
Oh, I don't know. We've got our gifties for the toy bank, which we could be unwrapping.
We could, actually, we could. You guys want to spend a little bit of time just kind of looking back at a little bit of a retrospective of the year?
No, let's do that for the New Year's show.
We have a New Year's show. Are we doing a New Year's show?
I don't know.
Just thought you'd float the idea.
I didn't
I'm
think
not the
is that
friggin'
on the
scheduler
calendar? Ryan, I don't think we have one, do we?
Just thought we'd float the idea while we were.
I think.
No, I think I've got that first week booked that we're back already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're really planning a New Year's show. This could be a little bit of a.
Well, then we'd better do that retrospective. Huh?
unless we do that.
Well, Ryan, do you have a thought? What was one of your favorite episodes of the year?
Favorite episodes of the year. I liked talking to Mark Kingwell, I think it was, from the University of Toronto on AI and ethics.
Yeah, you know what?
I think that was interesting.
That was a super interesting episode. Were you here for that? Yeah, I think you were here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was interesting.
Yeah, I brought up a lot of the ethical implications of AI and a lot of what could potentially go wrong with AI if they continue developing it without any real
Regulations, standards.
Yeah.
The other big one, big one was we finally got Rick Hansen.
Yeah, I was surprised you didn't pick that one up.
The right Rick Hansen.
off
That's
the
right.
top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really great great talk we had with him.
Yeah.
He's a really good guy, really laid back. I was a little freaked out because he never really talked to anybody who actually is like. Well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't downplay all of our other guests, but he was a big guest.
Yeah. Very well accomplished and
So it was a little
Well
nerve wracking,
respected.
but he made it real easy. And
He's really easy to talk to. He's
Yeah.
a great guy. I
He
like
is.
Rick.
Steve, what about you? Any favorites that jump to your
and you
cranium?
you can cheat. Look back through the list.
No. No, I hated them all.
I was just here doing my duty.
What about Cyviz? What about the time you cut yourself on carving a pumpkin?
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Well, there's that. That
was a highlight.
Yeah, generated more fan mail than
That's
anything.
right.
That's right.
Did you hurt your diddums?
Yeah. I got a nice little scar on my thumb here from stabbing myself.
And he brought the drill, so there's pumpkin guts all over the place. And
Yeah.
You don't stab yourself in the hand if you want to do that, Steve. It's really much easier to, you know.
At least it wasn't with the drill. That'd have been a whole different episode.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
What about the Sci-Viz one? I thought the Sci-Viz one was pretty cool too. It was.
Well, I love Sci-Viz, so yeah, we got to do a shout out for Sci-Viz for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think we should actually do a shout out for all of the shows because I don't think any of them were substandard by any stretch of the imagination.
No, absolutely, and
I mean, we've had some pretty great guests.
Yep.
Well, we really appreciate all the guests and their time coming onto the show to talk about what
Sure,
it
it
is
takes
they
time.
do, and-
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, taking the time to make us look good. Yeah.
always a plus, and
Yeah.
not always easy to do.
Going to take more time than a podcast to do that, I'm afraid.
Man, I'm looking back through some of the shows here on the website, and holy smokes, I missed a lot of them.
It's true.
Yeah, just that traveling.
But it's interesting looking back through these shows. You can really see that, even based on some of the people that we talked to, some of the manufacturers that we talked to this year, wearables is really, I think 2018 was really the year of the wearable. What would you say, Steve? Wearables pretty big?
Well, there's certainly
generating a lot of interest. For sure.
Tons of interest. People really want to, look at the virtual reality types of things, and given that we've got alternatives that are vastly cheaper than the eSight, which is the one that's most heavily marketed, people are knocking at the door to see those.
Now, the eSight, how does that differ from, say, the OrCam or?
Well, it's very different from the OrCam because OrCam has no visual output, but eSight has a pair of virtual reality glasses, and really it's very similar to the Geordie from Enhanced Vision Systems in terms of what you see. The big difference is that the Geordie is less than half the price and has an optical zoom on it instead of a digital zoom, so the zoom is way better on the Geordie.
Right.
So I think if you're looking at those two side by side, you would generally conclude that the Geordie is a better device, and
At almost half the cost.
at less than half the cost.
Less than half the cost.
Yeah. Almost a third.
Really?
Yeah. But the one that I've had the most success with is the Iris Vision, and the main reason for that is that the field of view on the Iris Vision is just considerably wider. It's got about a 35 degree per eye visual field versus about 17 for the Geordie, so it's usable by a lot more people.
Right. Well, what's your take on that, though? Do you feel like that's gonna continue into the next year?
Oh, I imagine it is. Yeah, I think there's going to be new innovations in that. There will be different technologies that'll come out for it. It'll continue for sure. They'll get smaller, lighter.
Oh, I feel like that's one of the things that's holding it back right now that people maybe are holding off on is just there's still the units themselves still tend to be a little bit bulky and a little bit heavy, and even the VR platform, VR you can only wear VR goggles for so long before they start to get hot and sweaty, and it gets burdensome wearing it. So
yeah, most people who pick up the Iris Vision actually remark at how light it is. They think it looks like it's going to be heavier than it actually is. The headset itself is actually quite light. But yeah, you're right. They do warm up, and you'll start to get a little toasty on the eyeballs after a while.
Yeah, but even some of the other wearables, it's interesting. Like the Dot, everything from the Dot Watch to
the Sunu Band,
Sunu, Buzz
Band.
Clip,
Yeah.
Dot Watch,
Yeah, people
the
like wearable
OrCam.
tech.
OrCam, yep, and Cyber Eyes.
Yeah, I mean, we're really it's funny. AT seems to be a little bit ahead of the mainstream. There is no real AR mainstream wearable
The HoloLens.
that seems to be out there yet. Yeah, but you don't hear much about the HoloLens though.
Yeah, I think it's more enterprise.
I feel like they're still working on it. They're still working on something for the mainstream that's going to be a wearable glass.
Yeah, I think, for the mainstream, I think the big thing that has to happen is it has to look like a normal pair of glasses.
Right.
Because people are not going to walk around with some big bulky headset on. So I think the mainstream is just holding off for the technology to get miniaturized enough that it'll fit into
Sure.
a regular set of frames, and then it'll start to get picked up.
And it will.
If there was a technology that would fit on a pair of glasses and tell me people's names as they're walking outdoors,
know.
oh man, I would be all over that.
Yeah, that's scary, right? It could probably it could facial recognition software, and it's connected to your LinkedIn and connected to your Facebook. So you'd literally be looking, and a bubble would pop up over somebody, being like, "Oh, this is this person from your LinkedIn network."
Yeah, it's Fred Smith.
Oh,
Hello, Fred Smith.
That's going to be crazy.
Fred Smith has a dog named Lucy. Hello. How's your dog Lucy, Fred?
Yeah, right? Yeah, it would probably like little bullet points of possible conversation topics. Ask about his pregnant wife. How is your pregnant wife? Oh, we broke up. Oh, shoot.
Fred served 4 to 5 months for beating llamas. Don't mention llamas. How about that alpaca, Fred?
We never talked to you about your travels, but when you're out there showing people and when you're getting a lot of inquiries, what was sort of the big trend of the year in terms of what are people still interested in?
Well, it depends on who you're talking about, because everybody's got their own interests, right?
Mm-hmm.
The hot things this year, I think, were the Android Braille note takers for sure. Wearables, as we talked about,
right? What kind of reception did you guys find that the Q Braille had? Given that it was it was a fairly new Braille display, and it had this hybrid keyboard layout that was a combination of QWERTY and a Braille.
Really positive. People have really reacted positively to that, because it just makes so much freaking sense. It's one of those things where you look at it and you go, well, why didn't somebody do that sooner?
Right.
But it's I think it's probably at this point our most popular Braille display.
Yeah, I really feel like that could be sort of the device of the year in terms of innovation. That somebody finally took the standard and did something different with it and actually made it better. Going forward, I can't see any Braille display that doesn't have that. I wonder if they patent that. Could they patent something like that?
I have no idea. No idea. It would be difficult, I think. But there's different manufacturers have taken different approaches. Some of them just put 1 billion buttons on their Braille display, and then it's a matter of figuring out what button does what. I think having the QWERTY buttons on there, familiar buttons that do familiar things, makes a lot more sense than just having a whole bunch of independent buttons that are mapped to different functions.
Right.
Because there's there might be a logical layout to them, but it's not necessarily intuitive.
I want to talk about the Orbit reader a little bit, because it's another year went by and a lot of talk about this Orbit reader. That's can you give people a rundown, Ryan, of what actually the Orbit reader is?
Well,
nothing at the moment by the sound of it.
you can get it. APH in the U.S. is selling it.
Oh, are they?
But it's a 20-cell Braille display / note taker using a different type of Braille technology. It's not using the magnets, was it, Steve? It was using some sort of rotational device, I think, to populate the Braille pins. I think it would spin and the Braille pins would pop up.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think it is a different way of doing Braille. It's not the traditional piezoelectric up down.
Well, that's what was supposedly going to make it a lower cost.
Yeah, it was going to be a $500 Braille display.
Well, I guess it is. It does. We have to say it does exist.
Yep.
But you can't find anything online in terms of a review of anybody really taking a comprehensive dive into it despite the fact that this thing's out there in the wild, it's apparently you can buy it.
But
Nobody seems to be
YouTubed it?
talking about it.
Yeah.
Somebody must have YouTubed it.
No, I mean, I've looked around. I've wanted to talk about it on the show for a while because it's this. It could be this missing link in terms of a new Braille technology that is going to make the price point cheaper for Braille devices, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
How does the Braille
Well,
work?
let's look it up.
Yeah, we'll just show you. But they also make, I think they're also the company that makes the graffiti tablet, which is another interesting take on, full page Braille. And, I've reached out to Orbit Research and have never heard anything back. So, I'm assuming these guys go to CSUN, and Steve, if you're there in March, maybe see if you can reach out to them and get them on the show at least. But there's also another Braille display called the Braille Me, which again is another $500 Braille display, and it's using magnets to populate and refresh the Braille.
Yeah, there's a number of things on YouTube here about the Orbit Braille. Some of them are done by agencies, like Wisconsin Center for the Blind's done a tutorial series for it. APH has got a couple things on there, but of course they're the distributor.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. There's not really
there's
any.
a couple of independent ones that are on here, like somebody named Melissa Powell has done something.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, though. Like, I guess there's a few floating out there, but you'd think that if this thing was as revolutionary as it should be, there'd be reviews all over the place. But really, the only real reviews I could find when I was looking into it was just either really early builds, like people talking in 2016 about what it was, but nothing since it's been released that I could find. So it's a bit weird. It makes me think that I don't know, maybe it just not going to be this.
Well, it could be issues in development. There could be, costs involved that, they're raising funds to continue development, trying to make it better, because I understood that the Braille didn't refresh very quickly at all. So if you were a fast Braille reader, this thing couldn't keep up with you.
Sure. Well, I mean, it's certainly, I don't think they ever marketed it to that this was going to take the place of a $3,000 Braille display that has, super fast refreshable Braille, but.
And we've got some fast Braillists out there.
But no, so I don't know. So it's interesting. I just find it interesting that it's, another year has gone by and the Orbit is kind of nowhere to be found, really.
Well, at least in Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Must be. Coincidentally, that's Shan Noise. Let's ask him if he got his Orbit.
Sure, put him on mic.
Hey,
Shan, you're on the AT Banter podcast.
Welcome.
am I?
Yeah, you are.
Ooh, I forgot you guys record. This is cool.
We're sitting here in the guitar dungeon. We've got you on speakerphone. You're on the air.
I'm on the air. All right.
Yeah, and it just so happens that what we were talking about just moments ago was the Orbit Braille Reader. Did you ever get yours?
No.
You're still waiting for one.
Yep.
And how long have you been waiting?
2 years.
Oh, jeez.
No, Shan's a patient guy. Shan's a very patient guy.
Nah, might be a very patient guy, but nah. The way I looked at it is, I was actually going to break down, and since the Orbit never showed up, and I was going to splurge and buy myself that QL Braille, but managed to point out to the company the benefits of having that keyboard for work, and so they said they would buy me one. So
Yeah, still waiting for that PO.
well, and, I know the person I needed to sign the PO was away until the 13th, so
Well, that was
today's my
just
first day back.
a couple of days
and,
ago.
I've been juggling ping pong balls and chasing alligators all morning because I'm the
good.
security coordinator for the week. So
Okay.
been a busy day.
Alrighty then.
So if you're recording this, we should also point out. And how about them Canucks?
I knew that was going to come
Damn
up.
straight.
You betcha.
Yeah,
You
that's
know, eat your heart you Flame or Oiler fans?
Listen, Prairie Boy.
Oh, now the gloves are off.
So I hear the man that loves monkeys is on the line too.
WTF?
Yeah, he is here.
Shan, I don't love you for this.
Hey, Mr. Editor there.
Yes.
Don't cut out that.
No, you bet.
On there about
Oh, it's in.
the man who loves monkeys.
I have managed to keep a lid on that story a long time.
No, you
Shan.
told it on the show.
Have I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's it. Sorry,
okay.
The monkey's out of the bag on that one.
Right.
That was a cool story.
Well, I braved them again just recently because I'm just recently back from Africa, and they were all over the place there too, but no interactions.
Yeah, they just kept on looking at him sideways, going, "Is that him? Is that the guy?"
Hey, our buddies from the Rock warned us about him.
That's right.
He doesn't share his pizza.
Not very well, no.
Well, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to y'all.
And to you,
well.
sir.
Oh, thanks, Sean.
All right, love to the family, buddy.
You bet.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, what were we talking about?
Q-Braille.
Q-Braille.
yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, no, the orbit.
Yeah, in the orbit. And there you go. There's a guy who's been waiting 2 years
2
for an
years.
orbit.
Can you imagine?
Prepaid it. And,
Did he prepay it?
well, he
What's
didn't.
the-
No, he put the deposit
Deposit.
down.
Oh, committed to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But see, that seems crazy to me. Why? What's going on? Like, where are they? They're obviously out. And is it specifically CNIB that's distributing them in Canada?
In Canada, yeah.
Or we're supposed to be. When I spoke to CNB last year, they hadn't got any in yet because they had said there was an issue that they had wanted Orbit to work on before they actually started selling them.
Another
And
one of
that
those
was the
lost
last I ever
devices
heard,
coming
so-
through CNIB.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we need to wrap up the technical side of the program and
Get
move
into
on
some
to
Christmas programming.
and
Let's do
get
some.
on.
Yeah,
Christmas-
jingle those jingle sticks. Get us get us in the mood there.
Yingle. Oh,
Robert, Steve, why don't you crack that bottle of Bailey's for me and pour me some, please?
Alrighty.
Oh, the seal has been broken.
Yes, it has.
Ryan is into the apple spice, the pumpkin spice Baileys.
Yeah, that just sounds disgusting. Rob, would you like some?
Sure, he does.
Like
In his coffee.
No, my coffee's done. I should have done that. I should have put it in my coffee.
Here, I've got half a cup of coffee if you want to share.
Okay, hold on.
Crash, bang, boom.
Schmuck.
I need to be able to see, Rob.
Drink up, Tic Tac.
Wow, when we digressed as it goes.
That's his new nickname. Didn't you got the email, didn't you?
Coming on candy pans. Yeah.
Yeah, it's official. We all have nicknames now.
Yeah, all of us.
Tic Tac.
Scuffy,
Yep.
Pinball, Monkey Boy.
Monkey Boy.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I can change the contact.
That's right.
Oh, you wouldn't.
Okay, what? Sorry. Okay, now
Christmas.
We got that taken care of.
Christmas. Jingle sticks.
Christmas jingle sticks.
Cue jingle sticks.
Jingle, 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 jingle.
I only have one over here, so I can't do stereo jingle sticks.
All right. We doing prezzies? Mm-hmm. All right. So should we back up and just talk about the Christmas tradition for people who might not know about our Christmas tradition?
Yes.
Sure.
All right, so our Christmas tradition has been that we go out and we get gifts and we give them to each other here and we unwrap them, we talk about them, and then we take them and we give them to a charity to give to kids.
Correct.
So this year, I believe, Rick, you're going to take it over to the rugby club. Is
I'm
that the
taking
plan?
it over to the West Van Rugby Club, the Whitecaps Rugby Club. And they have a charity, well, because I mean, there's no sense in showing up with 4 gifts, and they have a charity that they support, and we're just going to add ours to theirs.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Perfect. So little kids will get stuff from us.
Little kids will get stuff from us.
Yeah.
Okay, so and I don't know, did we actually? I don't even know what we did.
You were buying for Steve. Steve was buying for me. I was buying for Rick.
Yeah, we
Rick was buying for
went-
me.
Okay,
we did
okay,
this.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah. So who should we start with?
Let's start with there. Rob to Steve.
What'd you get me, Rob? What'd you get me?
That top one.
That top one there?
That top one.
All right. All right. It says Merry Christmas all over it. It's all shiny and stuff.
Save the wrapping paper.
Shinies.
You know, my mom will take 30 minutes to unwrap a present.
Really?
Because she wants to save the paper.
Oh, is that
To
right? eh?
kill Suze when she gets in that frame of mind. I just want...
Yeah. She will spend the time to take the tape off very carefully.
Yeah, and then take that piece of tape off so it doesn't catch another piece of the yeah.
Wow.
It's too funny.
Meanwhile, I'm ripping it.
All right, Steve's ripping open the paper.
Ripper, babe.
Rob's going to do the
What?
audio description here.
What have I got
Steve
here?
Steve looks excited.
This is a goodie for me too.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Okay, so this is a 20 project snap circuits core starter,
Oh, cool.
connecting you with hours of building fun. So it's an electronics kit.
Neat.
Yeah, it's like
A
basically.
16-piece electronics kit.
So you can build your own ham radio?
Yep.
Cool.
Does it say what projects you can do with it here? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think you can build a
16
fan.
pieces. Create fun sounds. Projects with light.
Create fun sounds. That's easy. Just get
just-
Ryan all tanked up and poke
Oh,
him.
no, it's taped. Okay, so I can't actually open it, but yeah, that's cool. Oh
Nice.
yeah, I'd have all kinds of fun with that. When I was a little kid, I
We got
a,
digress.
I got a crystal radio kit.
Oh, yeah. From Radio Shack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Crystal radio. What,
it was a radio.
It was a radio kit that you
receiver.
built.
okay.
And
it actually worked?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
No kidding.
On the AM band.
Yeah,
No kidding.
yeah, and you had to basically find a piece of copper pipe somewhere that you could string the radio antenna to.
Yeah.
To pick up the
Coil it around.
signal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, listen, maybe we should keep that,
That's cool.
and that can be the first piece to an R&D development arm of Canadian Assistive Technology. We can make our own piece of AT.
Yes, Canadian Assistive Technology is now making a flashing light that it beeps. Very exciting.
Listen, the orbit reader shit the bed, so listen, this can be the start of our new Braille technology, right there.
There you go.
If you can make the light flash, you can make a Braille pin rise. No, it's not
Yeah.
quite that easy.
Alrighty.
Very cool.
Who's next?
Ryan, I think, is
Steve
next.
to me?
Here. Yeah, let's Ryan a Prezi.
Ow.
I got that's a heavy present. Ooh. Wow.
Lump of coal.
Yeah.
That's a lot of lump of coal.
Okay, a big lump
It's
of
going to
coal.
be good.
Alrighty, I am ripping the paper.
It's pretty paper, though.
Not
All the
anymore.
Christmas light bulbs.
Oh, lovely, lovely. He's opening it.
Oh,
And,
it's from Amazon.
Oh,
It's good.
my favorite
I
store.
think you had it upside down.
Well, it's an Amazon box anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, he's opening it. He's opening the
I've
box.
got the box
It's
open.
plastic.
The
bubble
box wasn't
Bubble
sealed.
wrap, lovely.
That's what my daughter's boyfriend asked for in his stocking was bubble wrap.
Really?
What?
Wow. He's easy to please.
You're a strange guy.
Oh, that's heavy. Oh.
I'm not sure that can go to the toy drive.
I don't think it'd make it past the rugby
Happy
club.
Christmas, kids! Don't tell your mommy and daddy. But Uncle Stevie brought little Ryan a bottle of tarantula. Woo! Thank you, Steve.
You're
it's
welcome.
going down the pipes. As
That's
we speak.
amazing. And yeah, that's amazing. So you could just tell by the touch.
He's blind, Rob. Of course he can tell by the touch.
You can that's kind of amazing.
Fairly distinctive
He's just
bottle.
like, yeah, I know this bottle anywhere.
All right, that's for a future show.
Awesome.
In the meantime, you can actually have this gift for the kids.
Another one.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
We had a $25 limit. You blew it.
Yeah, I think, well, we all probably did.
By 87 cents for me.
Yeah?
Yep.
Well, listen, the tarantula is
This is special. It's a side
cool.
gift. All right, so.
What is that?
Can you see that microphone?
Yeah, it's a
What is it? Can you
it's a
hold it?
drone.
Hold it.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's a
Yeah.
drone.
All right, so I'll pass it to
damn.
Rick, and he can describe what it is.
No kidding. You think that can carry the iPhone? Or my Pixel?
Includes one bonus lithium-ion battery. Yeah, no, it's a drone.
It is a drone.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Very cool.
Camera?
Does it have a camera?
Question mark.
It's a quadcopter drone, so it's got like four.
Fly up, down,
four
forward,
propellers on it.
backward, side to side, or turn left, turn right. 6-axis gyro for ultimate easy control. Hey, can I modify? Can I?
You got that within our price range?
I did, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're cheap nowadays.
Because the gift I got Rick is pretty lame now.
Well, this is the thing that those drones used to cost an arm and a leg,
Yeah.
right?
They're dirt cheap.
Yeah, now
Really?
they're you can pick them up for next to nothing.
Wow.
Okay, we're reshooting the Canastec
With a
commercial
drone?
with a drone. You're gonna get some crane shots of us.
I actually have a drone with a 720p camera on it at home.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Because I had a dad call me. I guess it was just after Black Friday, and he'd picked up a 16th scale Ford Raptor remote control truck. Big bastard. And he wanted me to put switch closures on the forward, backward, left, right switches so his disabled son could use it.
Right.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's like,
That shouldn't be too hard.
no, you wouldn't think so, but they're Hall effect sensors for speed.
Oh.
So it was hard.
Yeah, it is more difficult.
If it was just a switch closure, no big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was speed controlled, so I couldn't do it.
Oh wait.
Where is this going? Over there with the other.
you know it.
Oh, look at that. It's already had its inaugural
first
flight. Yeah. Being tossed
I
across
I
the
want
room.
to keep that one.
So, Rick, yours is down on the floor beside you there.
Beside me there. Yes.
That one?
You've got your bag of socks,
That huge one?
which your socks drive. Yeah, the big, huge one.
Wow! Holy cow!
HMCS Discovery in Stanley Park, of which my wife is the coxswain, has done a sock drive this year for the Lower East Side, and Ryan has just given me a bag of socks to add to that. The 3 garbage bagfuls that the unit has that the unit has collected. So thank you.
You're welcome.
That's because you spent the year telling him to put a sock in it. You thought that's what it meant.
I got Santa Claus paper,
Ooh, so you do.
and I don't mean a pussycat who's been scratching in the litter box either.
Dad joke.
Yes.
I didn't even get it. Oh wow! Look,
Sandy Claus.
Sandy Claus.
Oh, cool! Mega Blocks, 100-piece Mega Block set.
Nice.
damn!
I figure, you being the repair service guy, you could build something.
Sky high building construction. Look at that.
He's going to start
No,
on his
seri-
replica of the bird Dubai.
Okay, I think I have a new idea for next year.
Excellent. Write it down.
We do this exact same thing, and then we keep the presents and make a new AT device out of them. That's the challenge.
You know what? Over the years,
A drone.
we've seen some pretty decent presents go to kids who really need a pick me up this time of the year.
That's true.
Yep.
Yep.
When us 4 sit around this room and say, "Wow, I don't want that to go," it's a good gift,
That's right.
right?
True enough.
Now that one's breakable, Rob. So
So, smash.
Okay. Let's see.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
I've got a box. I've got a box.
It's a box.
in a
Hallmark.
box.
Oh, hours
It's a
of fun.
Hallmark. I'm opening it up.
Bum, bum,
It's paper.
bum, bum.
I feel
Yeah,
like
careful.
I feel like I
It's-
know
it is breakable.
what
Bum,
this
bum.
could be. Paper. Holy crap!
Oh, Rob's not giving this up.
Wait a minute. Why would you get this? Why would you get me this? That I have to give it away.
Rob, take the lid off and listen.
88. Oh shit!
R2D2?
BB-8.
BB-8? All right.
What?
It's a BB-8 coffee mug.
Awesome.
Okay.
Cool.
I don't
not
think
gonna
this
part
is an
with that, right?
appropriate gift for.
You
What's
say
it-
that every year.
What's it? No, seriously. What's a
1 year we
ten-year-old
got you
gonna do with a coffee mug?
1 year we got you Star Wars. I'm not giving this to the kids.
And it, oh my gosh. Okay, seriously. Maybe I could buy a different toy for the drive.
Okay, Rick, where did you buy it so he can go get one afterward?
Hallmark.
What do you think, BB-8? Okay, well, I'm just going to put this back
That's
in the
cool.
box.
I think that's co-host material right there.
beside me, and we'll see what
Hey, Rob,
That is for you, Rob.
Actually, I've got some stuff that I got yesterday that I need to regift anyway. So
What?
if you want that, keep it.
Yes. All right. Because really, I think it would be irresponsible to give the child. It could break it. They'd probably put it in their mouth. This top part, it's probably choking hazard.
Yeah, and it's got batteries in it too. It could kill somebody.
Batteries.
Oh, too funny.
So I'm just gonna put that. Put those in.
All right, so we've gone around the room now, right?
Yep.
All right, so now we've got more.
What?
Yeah, I suspected you were up to no good the other day.
I knew
I
it. You
suspected.
bastard.
So
What are you doing?
Holy
Oh, it's
smokes.
more booze.
Is stuff brailled?
can't have that one yet.
Oh, this is gonna go south.
behind that one. That goes to Rob.
That goes to Rob.
I get the non-bottle.
It's
We got a
it's a gift
non-bottle.
certificate, so
Rob?
you can replace the.
Rob, I find you hard to buy for every year. So
Do you really?
I do, yeah.
really?
So you got
Interesting.
something you'll use.
Just find some Star Wars thing that a 5-year-old would like, and done.
Actually, I think that's
Perfect, thank you.
and that's don't open it.
For me,
Okay, wait. So
Not
are we
opening
doing it
it
at the same time?
So
What are we
no,
doing?
Rob, you go ahead and
Sweetie.
open yours.
Okay, I'm opening mine. Mine looks suspiciously like a card because it's in an envelope. I'm opening it. It is indeed a card. This says do not open until December 25th.
No,
it's
you
not the
can open it.
25th.
Anyways,
It's not the 25th.
It doesn't matter.
come right. Ooh, $25 Cineplex card.
Oh,
Why,
he
thank
gets
you,
to go to a
sir.
movie.
That's just it. You know, he
Gets
goes
to go to a movie.
Yeah, I know. So, Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Okay,
Steve,
Rick.
you're-
No,
or
Rick goes next.
Rick next?
There's a little story behind Steve, so he has to wait.
Oh boy.
There always seems to be a story behind Steve. Acceptance of alcohol.
I don't just accept alcohol; I embrace it.
Oh, a bottle of Shivers.
Shivas.
Chivas Regal.
Oh,
Nice.
that's a rye, is it?
Scotch.
That is a Scotch.
I like Scotch.
A blended Scotch, though.
So hope you enjoy.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so now Steve, before you open yours.
All right, I'm not opening it yet.
All right. So I went online to this company and ordered what I thought you would like. Okay. Actually, you know what? Open yours, and then I'll tell the story.
Okay, go. Well, open.
There's no box; it's just the
Open.
bottle.
Open. It's a bottle of.
Oh.
What the hell is that?
It's a bottle.
What?
It's a bottle of absinthe from
What?
True North Distilleries, who's
Dude.
Steve's friend is the master distiller.
That's right.
So here's the story. About a month ago, I went online to True North's website and ordered a bottle of their not so Irish whiskey, which they can't call Irish whiskey because it's not made in Ireland. So 2 days had gone by and I had no shipping information. The order was processed, but I'd heard nothing back. So I called them up and I said, hey, this is what I ordered. And I ended up speaking to Scott. And he said, well, because of the Canada Post strike, I'm not sure how we're going to get it to you. We also just ran out. We're waiting for our new batch to be government approved. I said, okay, so, what are my options? He says, well, let me think about this for a minute and, a couple days, and I'll get back to you. And I said, all right. So I gave him a couple days, heard nothing. So I called him back and said, this is how I found out about you guys. And I told him, about you and our history working together. Mm-hmm. And he says, oh, I know Steve. I'm like, yeah,
You better.
that's how I found out about you. And, I wanted to get the not so Irish whiskey. He says, well, let me think about that for, a couple days and I'll get back to you. I'm like, okay. So a couple days went by and I didn't hear from him. So I called him back again. I said, hey, Scott, it's Ryan.
Ongoing theme.
Yeah, pretty much. So I said, hey, Scott, it's Ryan. Just kind of wondering what you came up with. He says, well, I think I figured a way to get your order down to you. I'm bringing the family down to Victoria to go to the Egyptian exhibit in Victoria. So I'll deliver it to you. I said, okay, cool. He says, but because we don't have the Irish whiskey, Steve had mentioned when he was up here last, I think, that he wanted to try this absinthe.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I have no idea what it is, but sure, I'll take your word for it. So anyway, Scott ended up coming down and delivering it to me. I had originally ordered a Mickey, but he upsized it for you.
Nice.
He also left me instructions for you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So do not use a corkscrew because it is a glass cork.
Well, yeah. Thanks.
So use your thumb, and push it down. But he also said once you receive it to email him and he will give you drinking instructions because there's a particular way I guess you have to drink absinthe.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it like in some little movies where you have to like take a spoon or something and
Light it on fire
light it on
and-
fire. There's a whole thing.
Yeah. So, Merry Christmas to you from Scott as well.
No,
Let him know you
thanks.
got it.
Burn off the excess alcohol and
Fantastic. Well, this is 72% alcohol.
Yeah.
What the hell?
yeah. Yeah, that's why it burns blue when you light it.
And I think he
Right?
said
The
he got about
alcohol.
50 drinks out of that.
He
so.
had to custom source wormwood for this stuff.
Man,
Really nice guys up there. I'm definitely going to order from them again. Anybody who's looking for Irish whiskeys, wines, rums, absinthe, look up True North
is
Distilleries.
that? Can you only get absinthe in certain places? Can you not get it at a regular liquor store?
There's rules around absinthe in North America. You see,
It's
there's
a hallucinogenic.
wormwood is hallucinogenic, and you're in North America you can only have certain percentages of it. There's all kinds of restrictions around.
Well, it
I
was
can't remember.
illegal completely for a long time.
It was, yeah. You couldn't buy it here at all for a long time, but then they managed to find ways to, I guess, tone it down a little bit. But I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out.
I'm
if
glad you
tone
didn't
this
bring
down or
that
not.
to the Christmas party the other night.
Well, like I said, email him, let him know you got it so he can give you these directions on how to drink it safely.
And it is in a bottle, so can you put one of those wire hangers on it that they use at the hospital and, just intravenously drip it in? Or what's the story?
Don't know.
72% alcohol. So
Steve could go on a bender for a while, one
the
drip at a
burn.
time.
That's right.
Man.
nice.
Yes, that's what was just what Steve needed on
He'd
a day
see-
where he's just like, I'm going to give my liver a break, gotta turn over a new leaf and not drink at the wife's
Well,
Christmas
this is supposed to
party
give
and-
you a nice, comfortable,
He'll see little wood elves for the next 3 weeks if he does that.
nice, comfortable glow.
Yeah, just like tequila's supposed to give you a nice, comfortable glow
Yeah.
until the fourth one.
Yeah,
Beautiful. Nice bottle too.
Does it?
yeah, it's
pretty bottle.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I think
want one.
it's. What did he say? I think it has. What color is this one?
Green.
Green.
Green, right? I think he said they have, or they're working on a red one, which is made from chrysanthemums
neat.
as well.
Is this? Can you find this place online? Is it?
Yeah, TrueNorthDistilleries.com, I think it is. Maybe .ca, but
Give him a plug.
absolutely.
Yep.
Good.
From Grand Forks, British Columbia.
Yep.
Good old Grand Forks.
So that be that.
Merry
Nice.
Christmas, guys.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you very much.
Yeah. For sure, for sure.
Very thoughtful.
You're all welcome. I think that's it.
Ryan gets all
Thanks,
sooky
Anthony.
this time of the year.
No, no, no.
Yes,
He
yes,
does.
yes,
He's
yes.
soft.
It's just he
This
gets
is where-
liquored up.
No, no.
The
It's
one time of the
Christmas.
year he's not cranky.
Hey,
I don't deserve friends like you.
I don't think I've ever said that.
Yeah.
Rad bastards. All of ya.
Or
Sadly,
if he does say it, it's more like, I don't deserve friends like you. I deserve much better. How to get stuck with you, ass.
sadly, he deserves friends exactly.
He hates us too much to divorce
That's
us.
right.
Well, what else can we talk about? What would you,
What was
Ryan?
What?
What would you suggest as a perfect Christmas present for somebody who might need AT?
Well, that really depends on their disability.
Yeah, for sure.
I think if you're somebody who's blind or low vision, or blindness anyway, I would probably start with a daisy player, a talking book player.
Yep, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Always handy.
And you can use it for voice recording, so you can got notes with you wherever you go.
True.
Some models, yes.
Yep.
I would say part of the big one, and this would have been true last year too, but I would say that it continues this year, is that getting a digital assistant, either a home or an Echo,
Yep.
is still a really great entry level piece of AT too. Even though it's a mainstream device, I think that especially somebody who's visually impaired, it can be a real handy device to have around.
Got a Home Mini over there, Amazon Echo over there, and I can use my voice to turn on and off my Christmas lights outside. It's great.
Woohoo.
Yep.
Fancy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know that seniors, may be a hard market for the digital devices to sort of get into, because I think that there's some pushback. I don't think seniors necessarily like the idea of it.
Well, have you seen the Amazon Silver YouTube video?
No.
You should play it.
Why? What Steve?
It's the digital assistants for seniors.
Oh no!
Yeah.
This isn't real, is it?
So look up. I think it's Amazon Alexa Silver or Amazon Silver on YouTube.
Is this patched into the board? Are we gonna be able to hear this?
The computer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Computer 7 and 8, so just like Zoom and stuff, right?
The new Amazon Echo has everyone asking Alexa for help.
Alyssa, what time is it?
Alyssa.
What the hell is wrong with this blasted thing? Amanda!
But the latest technology isn't always easy to use for people of a certain age.
These kids done bought me a busted machine again. Odessa!
That's why Amazon partnered with AARP to present the new Amazon Echo Silver, the only smart speaker device designed specifically to be used by the greatest generation. It's super loud and responds to any name even remotely close to Alexa, so they can find out the weather.
Allegra, what is the weather outside?
It is 74 degrees and sunny.
Huh?
It is 74 degrees and sunny.
Where?
Outside.
What about it?
The temperature outside is 74 degrees and sunny.
I don't know about that.
The latest in sports.
Clarissa, how many did old Satchel strike out last night?
Satchel Paige died in 1982.
How many you get?
Satchel Paige is dead.
In what now?
Died.
Who did?
Satchel Paige.
I don't know about that.
Even local news and pop culture.
Anita, come boys up to across the street.
They are just playing.
They what now?
They are just playing.
You say they just playing now?
Yes, they are just playing.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
Pair it to smart devices like your thermostat.
Alessandra, turn the heat up.
The room is already 100 degrees.
Are you trying to kill me, Alessandra?
The new Amazon Echo Silver plays all the music they loved when they were young.
Angela, play black jazz.
Playing jazz.
It also has a quick scan feature to help them find things.
Emilia, where did I put the phone?
The phone is in your right hand.
And it has an feature for long rambling stories.
So then I gave him $5, and he said I only gave him $1. I said, I didn't know I gave you a 5. Because I only had a 5 and a 1 on it. And this is the $1 right here. So, I mean, you tell me who's crazy.
Amazon Echo Silver. Get yours today. I said get yours today.
To order Amazon Echo Silver, send a check or money order to Amazon.com right now.
That's brilliant.
Isn't that funny? Yeah, it's priceless.
Thanks, Saturday Night Live. Well, I'm looking forward to the fun and games because I gave I've got my mother-in-law for Christmas this year a GPS system.
Oh God!
Because she's just moved into town from way out of town.
Yeah.
And she used to know everywhere she went out in the country, but now she's in the city. She got lost going home the other day. Ended up in Coquitlam. They live in Port Moody. Ended up phoning people to get directions to get back home.
Oh, wow.
So I've pre-programmed in home.
Wow.
I love my Garmin GPS.
Yeah.
Just love it.
They're handy.
Yep. Yeah.
Look, a lull.
No, I'm just, honestly, I'm just thinking about the seniors market.
Tarantula.
That seniors market, it's going to be such a huge market. And already, is starting to. Yeah. The idea of designing these newer technologies for seniors, I mean, that's not that far out of... I see a trend for the next year of podcasting. Another year.
Closing thoughts?
Well, hey, it's the Christmas episode. Yeah. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Go out, eat lots.
Happy New Year.
Drink lots. But if you do it, make sure you've got a way home.
Be safe.
Yep. And all
now
the
in
best.
Canada, smoke lots.
Yeah. All the best of the season to all our listeners and their families. And we'll catch up with you come January.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Whatever religion it is, if you're not Christian. Have a safe and happy holiday season.
All right, jingle bells, cowbell.
Oh, wait, no.
There's
Cowbell.
a cowbell.
Wow. That was coordination at its finest.
Well, we should thank all of our listeners who have listened over the past year.
For staying with us, their patience, their tolerance.
That's right.
Yep,
the
absolutely.
podcast, the assistive technology podcast market is getting more crowded.
Yep.
We're not going to say any names, but there's some new podcasts coming out.
And we know you have choices, so we really appreciate your time.
Yep.
Thank you for flying Air Canada.
Oh, and we lost your bags.
All right, Ryan.
Rob.
Let's thank all the guests that we had this year.
All right. Well, I want
starting alphabetically. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. I want to thank Alexis Hilliard.
You're not going to be able to memorize it, but and then you're going to leave somebody out.
Wouldn't that surprise you if I knew them? Huh?
It would surprise me.
Yeah,
That
well, I
you don't even know
them.
who's coming up.
You're right.
But no, we certainly thank everybody who did take some time to talk with us.
I think we need to thank Steve for putting up with us and giving us the time to do the podcast.
That is true.
Rick for joining us whenever he's available.
Mm-hmm. That means we've done 48 more episodes this year.
Yeah, it'll be our 4th year in May we'll be going into.
Wow.
Holy schmoly.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to be coming up to
132.
I was going to say, we got to be coming up to a milestone here somewhere.
Yeah, it's going to be 150.
150 probably during
Come in May, in March.
That which would be around our anniversary. Yeah, look at that. Wow, we're going to have to really save that absinthe for the anniversary show. That'll be an interesting one.
That'll be gone by New Year's.
You're kidding. That's true.
Oh, my God. I'm worried about his liver.
We'll order a new bottle now that we know where to get it.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up, guys.
All right.
I know that everybody has stuff to do.
All righty. Well, on behalf of Canadian Assistive Technologies, thanks. Bye.
That was terrible.
Oh, okay. All right. On behalf of Canadian Assistive Technologies, ver con Dios. Better?
Smarten up.
Well, we can't go anywhere yet because we haven't done any plugs. We haven't done our where can people find us, which people
You didn't do your
love.
advertisement either.
Wait a second.
That's okay. We're not going to do a live read this
Where
week.
can people find us?
Ryan.
Rob.
Ask Ryan.
Ryan.
Yes, Steve.
Where can people find us?
Well, they can find us
In
at
Ryan's basement at the moment.
Wait, where?
atbanter.com.
Huh.
And they can also email us, I hear.
They can. Where
If
can
they
email
want
us?
to request a topic, if they want to ask a question, they just want to rant at us.
We'll listen.
atbanterpodcast@gmail.com is the address that you type into your little thingy.
Yeah, it turns out if you stab yourself, it generates a lot of
So there's people listening to your misery is what you're saying.
Yeah. I love a good stabbing.
Where else can people find us?
They can find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram. I'm sure you got some shots for today.
Yeah. I did.
Sure.
Totally.
Shots for
Rick, pick your present up and hold it.
Glad you're on the ball.
Shut up. You're the one that fed me Bailey's. What
Actually, you
about...
fed yourself, Bailey's.
No,
bequest.
you were the one that...
No, I just said on the table.
Oh, okay, whatever. What about Canadian Assistive Technology, Steve?
Well, Canadian Assistive Technologies can be found at www.canasstech.com. That's CANASSTECH. You can also phone us at 1-844-795-8324. Anywhere, toll free, across Canada.
Rick, Chaos
Yes, sir.
Technical Services.
Can be found at www.chaostechnicalservices.com, or you can jingle me at 778-847-6840.
That's right. So if your new Christmas present breaks, they can send it right to you.
Sure thing.
And if you bought that new Christmas present from Canadian Assistive Technology, we will ship it to Rick for you.
That's right. And give you an hour of free training on it.
Because it's just what we do.
Because we are sister companies.
We're going to take care of you folk. That's what we're going to do.
This is the wrap up of our Christmas show.
You guys hear something?
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
I'm hearing voices.
If you have an alternate religion, then the top of the holiday season to you.
That is going to about do it for us, everybody. Again, have a very Merry Christmas. Thanks again for listening, and we're going to see you all
in the new year.
This podcast has been brought to you by Canadian Assistive Technology, providing low vision and blindness solutions across Canada. Find us online at www.canastech.com. That's CANASSTECH.com. Or call us toll free at 1-844-795-8324. For all your assistive technology servicing needs, call Chaos Technical Services at 778-847-6840 or find them online at chaostechnicalservices.com. Music provided by bensound.com.
Whoa, look at that. Master of the one take.